Hello, viewers, and welcome to another session of Architectural Plan. In the last sessions, we have created access walls, doors, windows, and then added some furnitures and space names. Now, we have to assign some dimensions. Usually, we have some primary dimensions and some secondary dimensions. First, in Dimension Setup Manager, we will modify the dimension style. You can access it by writing dim style in dynamic input. Now, the first thing would be primary dimensions assessment. It would cover up the main axis distance. Like here we have A to D, here we have A to B. Next we have B to C. Here is C to D. As I have shared the tip before, there is no need to go to the ribbon and click on dimension again and again. What you can do is simply press the space bar from your keyboard, and the last command, which is here, dimension, would be reactivated, and you can repeat the process again and again until all the dimensions have been provided. Now we have from A to B. If we see closely, it is from axis A to the wall end, which is towards the left side of axis B. We can get the same from A towards the right side, that is the other corner of the wall from axis B. One more tip here is that if a person uses Snap Object, which has activated all of the features, this task would have been done in almost half the time. Because with Snap Object active, AutoCAD is smart enough to give specific references, which are usually shown by green dotted lines. So same is the case here. We start from this end of the wall towards this end, and then repeat the step again and again for different walls. Better to say the wall corners, because we are not dealing with axis to axis. Here we are dealing from wall end to wall end, either which is inside or outside. Since the walls have been done with consistency, we will get the same result. If we take the reference of walls left side to axis or right side to axis, the both will give the same dimension. Now here is time for the vertical. You can see it is a bit inconvenient, as if we provide multiple vertical dimensions on the right side, all of them would be jumbled up. It would be quite convenient if they would be aligned with the line segment and they are in the middle of this dimension line segment. It is quite easy and it can be done from this submenu. You can follow these steps and then you will get what you desire. Now you can observe that the dimension style has been improved as far as vertical dimensioning is concerned. Now I want to bring this thing in your knowledge that the approach being used here for vertical dimensioning is completely inappropriate and not recommended at all, because here the user is copying one dimension and pasting it again and again, whereas it is of no use and merely wastage of time. It could have been done by using a new dimension line and then repeating the step again and again. At any point, if the dimension command is deactivated, one can press the space bar to reactivate the command. Or if we right click, we get the first option as repeat command. Here we will get repeat dimension. So whatever would be the last command would be highlighted on the first option if we press the right click button anywhere on the workspace. Here we have different dimensions on the right side. Now the student has copied and placed it towards the left side. It could have been done using the mirror command as well, since we know the exact middle slicing point of the horizontal lines. Again, both approaches would be correct, copying or mirroring, as far as the end result is same. Here you can see, first we did from axis to axis, now it is from one end of wall towards the other end. Here we have the outer as reference. We can do the same for inner walls as reference. We will get the same result due to consistency of this architectural plan, because the width of the wall has been kept same throughout. In this way, we can add all the primary dimensions one by one. Out of all the approaches of dimensioning, the least recommended would be the one which is being displayed here. That is copying a dimension line, pasting it, and then moving the one anchor point to the either side until the required exact dimension has been reached. A client, a customer, or the executioner would only be interested in the final result. So, apart of the fact that we will get the same result by the end of the day, still it is not recommended to use tedious and inappropriate ways that are not recommended as a professional draftsman or an architectural plan expert. Now we can see how the dimensions above are being copied and pasted in the below section. Now let's see another approach, how it could have been done. The first thing was taking the dimension. This is the one way. By simply moving or placing the cursor on a line, it will automatically give the line segment dimensions. But if you click on any point and move the cursor away, it will start the dimensioning from there, like this. If we turn on the ortho, we will get the straight lines for dimensions. In order to save time, I'm simply clicking one time and then the second time to place the dimension. And in this way, we have got one dimension and all the other secondary dimensions. After selecting them, what we can do is either copy or mirror them towards the other side like this. So you can see it was merely a work of a couple of seconds, or as far as we can take, we can call it as just 1 minute work, but it was done in almost 8 to 10 minutes due to the inappropriate and not recommended approach. So, this was all about the session where we have seen how the primary dimensions have been assigned. See you in the next session where we will see how the secondary dimensions will be assigned. Till then, take care.